welcome to Tammy's Yarn House. Today we are going to make this sideways square puffed stitch. I did put a crab border on this, something simple. Let's get started. Okay, this pattern is worked in multiples of 3 plus 1. I've already chained 21, well 22, the 3 plus 1. So that should give us a decent swatch so you could see what to do. We are going to do single crochets in each of these chains all the way down the line. And we are going to start in the second chain from the hook. Remember, this first loop on our hook right here never counts for anything. We're going to start in the second chain from the hook. I like to go into the back humps because it gives my edge a little neater appearance, and if I want to put a border on this blanket, it's very simple. You see my V-stitches? If I want to put a border on the blanket, it's right there for me. Okay, so put single crochets in each of these chains and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, here we are at the end of our first row. We are going to chain 2 and turn our work. Now right here in this very first stitch, we are going to make a double crochet. And we are going to work around this double crochet. This is where we're going to put our puff stitch right here. And how you do that is you yarn over, you go behind it, pull it up, and you could pull your yarn up a little bit, get some room, and we're going to do this 3 times. So that was 1. Here we go for 2. Yarn over, go around this double crochet again, 3. Now you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops on your hook is what you should have. 7 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all of them. And then we're going to skip. We're going to skip a stitch and we're going to go into the next one. We skip this stitch because we want this to lay over sideways, and it has to have room to do that. Okay, so we are going to skip a stitch and we are going to do an extended crochet in the next one. What that is just like how you would normally do a regular single crochet. We're going to pull up, only go through 1 loop, and then we'll finish it. That is an extended single crochet. Okay, in the very next, we're going to do it again. Double crochet, and we're going to work around this double crochet with our puffed stitch. Yarn over, go around that double crochet, pull up a loop. Yarn over, go around that double crochet, pull up a loop. And for the 3rd time, and you should have 7 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 7. Skip a stitch, extended single crochet, and the next one, put your needle in the stitch, pull up like you're doing a regular single crochet, but we're only going to yarn over and pull through 1 loop, and then yarn over and pull through 2. You see how that's starting to work? I'll do a couple of more with you. Double crochet in the next stitch, and we're going to do a puff around that double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over. For the 3rd time, pull up a loop. You should have 7 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all. Skip a stitch, extended single crochet in the next one, yarn over, pull through 1, then we yarn over and pull through 2. And that's what you do all the way down to the end. I'm going to do one more with you. Double crochet in the very next stitch. Do our puff stitch around this double crochet. Yarn over. Pull up a loop. Yarn over. Pull up a loop. Yarn over for the third time and pull up a loop. You should have 7 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 7, skip a stitch, and we're going to extend single crochet in the next one. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. It's taking shape. All right, continue to go all the way down to the end. I'll meet you at the end. Here we are at the end, and if your count is correct, you should have 3 stitches left, and that is just enough to do our double crochet, skip 1, and our extended, right? So let's do our double crochet in this one, and we are going to do our puffed around that double. So that's 1, 2 times, and 3 times. And we're going to yarn over and pull through all of those. Skip 1, and we have our extended. We're always going to end with an extended single crochet in the end. Okay. There is our first or our second row. The first row is your single crochets. There's our second row, but our first row of puffed. All right, we are going to chain 1 and turn our work, and we're going to put single crochets all the way across. But in the end, I'm going to show you something different, okay? This space counts as a stitch right here. So we'll put a single crochet, and then if you're one that looks from the top, put a single crochet in each of your stitches. Even these ones that look like spaces, put a single crochet in those, in that space. All right, do this all the way to the end, and before you close it off to the end, I want to show you something, okay? Meet me at the end. Okay, here we are at the end. We're going to single crochet the last, but we're going to do a little something different in the end. And we do this so that our count stays correct. So we're going to single crochet in this space, single crochet in the top here, but we are not going to single crochet in this one. We are always going to skip the single crochet before the chain. We're always going to skip this one. And that's so that your count can come out right. Because if not, you're going to build. It's going to build an extra stitch going forward. And then your blanket is going to kind of take on this little. And so skip this one. This one right here. Don't go into that one. You're going to go into the chain. We'll make a single crochet into the top of that chain. And there is your single crochet, your puffed, and single crochet. And this is the pattern repeat. Your single crochet and your puffed are the pattern repeat. So let's do one more row of puffed stitches together. So we're going to chain 2 and turn our work. And in this first stitch right here, double crochet. And we're going to work a puffed around that double crochet, which is a yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, and for the third time, yarn over, pull up a loop. You should have 7 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 7, skip a stitch, extended single crochet in the next one, double crochet immediately in the next stitch, and we'll work a puff around this one. 1, 2 times, 3 times. Sorry, let me get some yarn. Pull through all 7. Skip, extended single crochet. Okay, do this all the way down to the end, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, here we are at the end of our 4th row, and you know that your count is correct if you've got 3 stitches left. If you've got more than 3 stitches left, double check that you did not single crochet in that next to the last stitch over here. If you did single crochet in this next to the last stitch, then it's going to throw your count off. So double check that that's not what you did. So it's always nice to put a stitch marker there. When I was making my blanket, I did, because this is a pattern that you can just crochet, 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 and you can lose yourself in the stitch, and you're just, you know, trucking along, and the next thing you know, your count's off. And to have a blanket and have to undo and frog all of this is a little heartbreaking. There's not really a way to fix it, because if you skip, right, like if you say, well, I'm just going to skip an extra stitch over here, it'll make a hole, because I've tried it and it won't work. It'll make a hole. It'll make a noticeable hole. So the only thing that you could do, because this is a very uniform blanket, so this is a very uniform stitch, so the only thing you could do is just frog all this out and start your row over and make sure that that's not where your mistake is. So again, if your count is correct, you will have 3 stitches left for your last bobble. And let's go ahead and do that now. We're going to double crochet, and we will do a puffed stitch. 1, 2, 3, pull through all 7, skip, and an extended single crochet in this end. We will chain 1, turn our work, and we will single crochet all the way to the end. And you're going to go into this first right here. You're going to single crochet into this first, and all along the top, single crochet in there. Get some yarn. But it is the stitch right before the chain that you do not go into. And it's very easy to forget and just to keep it going. And I have made the mistake a couple of times until I just got into the habit of putting a stitch marker there, and that is to remind me not to go into that stitch, and that's what helped me stay on track. Okay, so looks like we've got 3 left. 1, 2, and 3, and we do, but we're not going to go into this one. So if you want to put a stitch marker there, so that will help you know, don't go into that one, so that you can keep your count correct. See, not going to go into there, and it doesn't make a hole. Working into a chain is always a little bit. And you see, it doesn't make, you can't see the skipped stitch. It doesn't really make a hole, but it will keep your blanket nice and uniform, and it's not going to start to go wonky. Okay, now always end. You're going to start with a single crochet row, and you're going to end with a single crochet row. And if you see how I went into the back bumps at the beginning, You see how those stitches, so if I want to put a border around this, my stitches are nice and clean and they're right there. I don't have to invent or hunt for a stitch for a border. So that makes at least 2 sides of the blanket you could put a border on nice and easy. Okay, there you are. There is the blocked square puff stitch, and you can make this as long or as wide as you want to. I hope you enjoyed or will enjoy making your product as much as I enjoyed making mine. Thank you for stopping by. And if you like this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can be notified of when I put out a new video. All right, y'all have fun.